to be retired. By the time my terminal leave ends, I'll be 40 years old, and so I'll be 40 tired. And all I really wanted to say was like, people really need to understand, like, when somebody has reached their finish line, don't keep trying to extend them past their finish line. And I say that because as I was like transitioning to retire, there was a lot of, why are you retiring so early? I'm like, early? 20 years is not early. But at the same time, I understand that people may see more in you than you really want to entertain, because I feel like for me, at this big age, I want to focus on my family, focus on my genuine friends, focus on eating good, living good, and just investing in a life I value. And so there was like 3 major things that kept coming up as I was transitioning. The number one thing was like, why did you do your retirement ceremony so early? And what a lot of people got to understand about being in the military, nothing should be like at somebody else's accord. So some people don't do their retirement ceremony. Some people do it. Some people do it while on terminal leave. Some people do it as they're transitioning. For me, honestly, I wanted to take that time to just focus on my retirement ceremony. It was very important to me to not just have the ceremony, but have that moment in time just for my family. And being able to just concentrate on just that and not worry about clearing it, not worry about SFL tapping, not worry about all the things was so prevalent for me. And it made that day just that much greater for me. Just the nice things that happened that day, the beautiful way that I was able to transition. And I was very stern about my boundaries. Like, I do not play about my boundaries. And if you follow some of my content, you will see like I'm very locked into my purpose when it comes to what is this finish line gonna look like. And it was very much so oriented to what made sense for my family and my lifestyle. So that was like one of the number one questions. Why did I do my ceremony so early? And I'm like, it really wasn't early. It was literally 90 days out from my final date in the military. And so today, walking out of the Soldier Support Center and knowing like that's my last time ever going in there, this is my last time in uniform, and this is also bittersweet, but I'm not sad. Like I said in my retirement speech, like some people have to realize like the journey is whatever you make of it, good, bad, and different, shenanigans, all the things that you do within the course of your time, whether it's 5 years or 25 years or whatever, you got to know your finish line. And my goalposts kept changing as things kept happening in the military. And I realized like when I wanted to look back on my life, I didn't want to be doing something just because I can do it. You know, I've been successful at it and everything, but the military is a chapter in my life. It isn't the chapter of my life. And I learned that long time ago that if you do not invest in a life that you love or a life that you value, you'll be sitting up here like a whole bag of struggles, because you're going to be trying to meet everyone else's intent for your life, but not your own intent for your life. And I just have a real firm belief that nobody should just stay in any type of job or any field or be around people, places, and things that, you know, you're kind of like done with. I have definitely learned a lot. I've met a lot of great people. I've met genuine mentors. I've met pretenders. I've met just some of the not so great. But at the same time, those things are not what made this decision for me. It really was knowing what my finish line was, and regardless of what anyone said, oh, you got a couple of more years and you, no I don't. Stop trying to drag me to the fight, because I don't want to be dragged. I want you to understand that when it's time for you to go and you have locked into whatever your purpose is. I tell people all the time, I'm gonna be a battle rapper, a UFC fighter, and my name is B Weez and all these things, but reality is I'm gonna be 40 years old and retired. So it's okay that I don't have like some super great job lined up. I have degrees, I have experience, I have knowledge, I have options. And that's the biggest thing that the military, for me, retirement offered me, was I have a lot of options. I will also say that one of the second things was, why did you retire? That keeps coming up. It's like a common thing. And I'm like, well, the reason I retired is because it was my time to retire. Yes, some people go to 30s. As a warrant, I could have did, I think, a total of 40, but I did not want to be somewhere 80 years old one day talking about, well, I should have retired. No, just like, do what you got to do and stop trying to make it seem like you have no options. And so for me, I wanted to just be a mommy. I wanted to just be a wife. I wanted to see whatever creative endeavors I want to go on, but at the same time, I did not want to stay if I knew that I wanted to do other things. And the military has, you know, given me a lot, but it's also a lot of sacrifice that comes with it. And I will tell you that if people don't stop just staying in situations that they don't want to be in, they're going to be stressed the heck out, because you're withdrawing from whatever your next purpose is, right? And so looking back over these 20 years, 11 months and 17 days, I realized that, you know, I gained so much more than, you know, the 19-year-old little young girl I came in to be. I grew up and became a woman, and I accelerated so much in different aspects of my life that only this lifestyle could have probably provided me. But I also look at it like, when it's time to go, it's time to go. And so for me, retirement was what it was gonna be at around the 20-year mark and everything. So I would tell you, like, if anybody's watching that's in the military or contemplating the military, have a goal. My goal was to come get education, to have a purpose, to just do different things. But at the end of the day, as you continue on in whatever field, you'll realize, like, I'm gonna change what I thought I was gonna do, and I'm gonna adjust it, and that's okay. Despite if other people don't understand why you want to leave something, that's okay, because everybody doesn't really need to know your story. They just need to understand, like, you're gonna stand on what you said. And then the third one that keeps coming up is, what are you gonna do in your next chapter? And I'm like, I don't know. The next 40 years is really gonna be all about whatever creative endeavors I want to do, open a business, write a book, I don't know, you know, just have fun, travel, live a life that I value, invest in a life that I value, you know, spend time with my family, and just do things on the account of what Bernie wants to do, not so much of, oh, this person said you got to do all these things to be successful. And it's like, okay, whatever, that's your vision. And so I'm gonna do different things. I'm gonna have fun. I want to travel, I want to vlog, I want to write, I want to speak, I want to do whatever. Heck, I keep saying I want to be a battle rapper and a UFC fighter or whatever, right? But anyways, I just really wanted to address, like, the main three things is that keeps coming up. What are you going to do? Why did you retire? Why did you do things in the order that you did? And I'll be honest, one of the things, regardless of when you get out or regardless of what steps you make in life, having a system in place, standing on your boundaries, and not letting nobody waver you depending on what they think of you, because unsolicited advice is always going to happen, but you have to realize, like, what do you want to do? And a lot of people are so stuck not knowing what they want to do. And for me, I know that I just want to do whatever comes to mind without any other further responsibilities outside of my family. And that's what retirement is for me. It's different, it's freedom, it's learning. It's not this whole narrative of, I don't have a purpose and I don't know what to do. That might be true for somebody, but I know my purpose is bigger than just one chapter of my life. And so I say all that to say, thank y'all for supporting my journey. Thank y'all for, you know, investing in some of my shenanigans, but also thank you to the United States Army for the experience. Thank you for the people I met along the way. And I really want to thank me for honestly doing what I had to do to get to the finish line, and all my people, from my husband, my mom, and all my genuine friends and family. Thank you. CW3, Bernie Smith, signing out. Peace.